Hey y'all, I'm Jen and this is Sassy Southern NC Girl, and I am here for days 4, 5, and 6 in my hashtag Jen's December challenge. I apologize for being a little MIA, but I had some things come up in the last couple of days that prevented me from doing this, so we're going to do a little catch up. So today is December 6th, which is Christmas postage, which is faux stamps, postmarks, airmail lines, like anything that means postage to you. Day number 4, which I missed, was gingerbread dreams, which is cookies, icing, borders, candy trim, anything gingerbread. And then day number 5 was hot cocoa bar, marshmallows, mugs, chocolate drips, again, anything hot cocoa bar. So for gingerbread dreams, I did this. So I had some paper in my stash that had these super sweet little gingerbread houses. This is from one of Jovi's Christmas kits, and I will be linking each of her kits. I'm going to go back to my first 3 videos, and if I used any of her kits, I'm going to add them, because I am doing this as part of my design team project, and I'm going to make a book with one of her kits to hold all my cards in as my design team project this month. But I've been using bits and pieces of her kit in, I think, every single one just about. I don't think I did in this one, but I did in day 2, and I did also in day 3, and I did in day 4 and 5, and I am also in day 6. So I'm trying to do it in every one. I didn't do it on the very first day, but so this, I fussy cut this. This was part of something else, and I fussy cut it, and then I cut another little star gingerbread from another page, and then this is also a fussy cut from her kit, the sweet little gingerbread girl. This is some tea dyed trim or coffee dyed trim that I actually got on Temu. This is some gingerbread icing trim that I got from Joanne before they went out of business, and I created this sweet little gingerbread image in Canva and put gingerbread dreams on it, if you guys can see that, and I think it turned out super duper cute. I love that. And then for day number 5 for hot cocoa bar, this picture here is also from Jovi's kit. I used some burgundy paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. These are some scraps that I had in my scrap bin. This is a dictionary page, kind of like a tea dyed paper that I had. This is a candy wrapper, a gold candy wrapper, and then I found this image online, and I just made it, you know, cut it out and backed it or glued it down. And then this is some burgundy seam binding I had in my stash, and I think this turned out super cute as well. And I will be using this as somewhat of a December daily, even though I said I wasn't going to. And I love how that turned out as well. So now we're doing day number 6, Christmas postage. This is some paper that I believe I got from Hobby Lobby. It's got some stamps, some postmarks, and then like a Christmas vibe with the snowflakes and the green and the red. And then these stamps are from Jovi's Old Time Christmas kit, and I'm going to cut them with, I do have my pinking shears that I'm going to cut them to make them look like actual stamps. And I'm gonna just kind of put them randomly on here, but I wanted this to be you know, the back, I wanted to have a background because I only have 6 stamps. I also pulled this out. This is some airmail washi tape that I actually got from the Dollar Tree that I may or may not use. It has blue in it, but I'm okay with that because some of her stamps have blue, so I think I'm probably going to at least do some of this in the background, just, you know, to provide some interest. Okay guys, so let's get started. Let's glue this paper down. And, oops, sorry about that, y'all. My phone, I was watching something and it unfroze. Alright, well, I was going to ink this, but we'll ink it once we get it on there. That'll be the best thing to do. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Mine's been okay. It seems like I always have 1,000 things on my to-do list and never enough time to do them. But, you know, that's life. I've kind of just learned that that's the way it rolls. You know, it seems like the work week just drags and drags and drags, and then when the weekend comes and you have like all these things you want to do, it goes so fast. So I actually today I went and got my nails done because even though I just got them done, because my husband and I are going on a trip for our anniversary, and next week is going to be kind of busy for me, and so I didn't really want to deal with getting my nails done, so I went and got it changed to this really pretty red glittery. I'm going to switch this light. It's not very bright. There we go. Yeah, so I got this really pretty red. And she was like, your nails look good, Jen. Like, why are you here? And so I had to explain to her that I was going out of town and that I wasn't going to have time. So the reason for that is, and I am just taking this, and it's not going to be exactly like how her lines on here were, because while I do actually have a stamp for that, I'm not sure what I did with it. And so I'm using what I got. So it did cut off a little bit of the image, but that's okay. I'm going to ink those when I'm done. But I did get this stamp off of Temu that, not stamp, this punch that does the stamps that look like this. But I don't know what I did with it. It's down there somewhere on in my pile of crap, and that's actually one of the things I wanted to do this weekend. But the reason why I was telling you guys that I went and got my nails done was because after that I had ordered McDonald's for me and my husband and my son, and I went to pick it up. I did curbside, and I went to pick it up, and I'd been sitting there for like 20 minutes, and I was like, what is going on? So after 20 minutes I was like, I'm gonna go inside. And so I went in, and it took forever for them to, number one, even acknowledge me. There were tons of other people waiting, and so I was like, this is not going to go well. Well, she finally got to me, and I told her my order number, and she hands me this bag and nothing else. And I had ordered 3 large size meals with drinks. So I was like, something's not right here. So I looked in the bag, and it had 1 sandwich in there. And I was like, this is not what I ordered. And she was like, well, what did you order? And so I showed her, and she was like, oh, well, then another 20 minutes goes by, y'all. I kid you not. Tons more people come in at this point. People are complaining. They're like, I've been here for XYZ amount of time. And yeah, it was a mess. And I was trying to be kind because, you know, they were young And even though they had a ton of people back there, like, I don't know, they were behind, and I could kind of hear them talking. And finally, I was like, listen, like, can I cancel my order? Well, they kept ignoring me. And then all these other people were bringing their food out, but like, there'd be stuff wrong with it. And then the Dr. Pepper went out, and so this guy that had been standing there, he was there before I even came inside, and he was just getting his food. She's like, I'm sorry, we're out of Dr. Pepper. Can I get you something different? And so I guess his wife was out in the car. Well, she came inside, and he had gotten her something else. And then I heard her asking him, like, can you get some ketchup? And he was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And so, I don't know what happened with them, but then there were some DoorDash people that came in behind me, and they were like, you're way nicer than we would be. And it was crazy. And so, another 10 minutes goes by, and the girl comes and brings me the bag. Well, okay, let me back up. So, I guess the manager had pulled somebody from the kitchen, and she was like, hey, can you come up here and help? Because there had just been one girl up there doing it. And so she pulled somebody from the kitchen. They had like 1,000 people in there, by the way, but they were like they definitely looked like they were in high school. I don't know if they were. Sorry, y'all, I'm inking over here to the side because my little spongy thing keeps shedding, and I don't want it all over my desk. But you know, they were obviously struggling, and I could hear them talking back there. The orders were super behind. The girl that had been like doing all the orders was like, I'm going to walk out. And this girl that was working the drive-thru kept saying, no, you're not. Don't do that. And so she pulled this kid from the kitchen, and he comes over to me, and he was like, what are you waiting on, ma'am? And so I told him, and so they're back there trying to get them to, like, they hadn't even put the food down. Like, they were like, I still need and then they said the wrong thing. So my son had ordered a bacon some kind of bacon cheeseburger thing, and they were trying to say it was a double cheeseburger, and I'm like, no, that's not what I ordered. And by this time, my Big Mac had been sitting out there for over 40 minutes, and I was like, I just want to cancel my order. Well, they kept ignoring me, and then another 10 minutes went by, and finally the manager came over, and I said, are you the manager? And she said, yes. I said, at this point, I would really just like to cancel my order. I said, I did a mobile order. I said, it will not let me cancel it in the app. And if you guys don't know, like if you've never done a mobile order, once they've started preparing your food, you can't cancel it in the app. And you also have to choose your McDonald's beforehand. And once you choose your McDonald's, you can only pick it up from that McDonald's. Like, you can't go anywhere else. And so I tried to cancel it in the app. It told me that they were already preparing it, and so it wouldn't let me cancel. So, you know, I told her, I said, listen, I said, I know you guys are swamped. I'm not trying to be difficult. I said, but this sandwich has been sitting out here for 40 minutes. Like, I'm not going to eat that. And I'm not going to sit here and wait for you to prepare food that I ordered over 40 minutes ago and it's still not ready. I said, is there any way you can just refund my order? And she was like, I don't know. She's like, and I know from experience that they can't do anything with your order because it's mobile. And now tell me how much sense this makes. That once you order in the app, like, the store has no control over canceling it. Please tell me. And I went into the Get Help. There was no phone number, no way to contact corporate, nothing. And so finally the girl's like, she's like, let me just tell me what you got and I'll refund it. Well, thank God I had the presence of mind to screenshot my order. So I knew everything I ordered, how much it cost. And so she said, do you have the card that you used to pay? And I said, yes. So what she did is she went into the register. She just manually entered everything I had ordered. Now, I had gotten a 15% discount through the app, and I told her that. I said, because I'm not trying to get more money than what I paid. But she said, well, I can't do that. I can't put that in there, so you're just going to get the regular price, and I was like, whatever, because at that point I felt like I was kind of owed it for being there for like almost an hour of my day. So she gave me the refund. I saw that it had gone through to my card, and I was like, thank you. Like, I was so nice, y'all. Like, I wasn't ugly. I didn't cuss. Like, I wasn't mean to them. I said, I know y'all are, like, I know it's not y'all's fault. You're behind. But, like, I cannot eat cold McDonald's that's been sitting here for an hour. So I got my money back, and then I went to Burger King. I went to the Burger King on base. I got my food. It was really good, and I had no trouble. But yeah, that was my day today. Ugh, I was so glad to get home. I called my husband, and I said, listen, I said, can I get y'all something else to eat? Because I said, I got my money back from this Burger King, from this McDonald's, and I'm not dealing with them. So I'll probably never order from that McDonald's again. Ever. And my husband was saying, like, that's why I never do the mobile orders. I always go inside. But even if you do that, like, they take forever. And, like, I feel for them. I do. Because I know ever since COVID, it's been really hard to get good people and to keep them. You know, most people in fast food, they're teenagers, y'all. They're young. They have not lived life. They're kids. And I cannot in good conscience, like I'm not gonna fuss a kid out for something outside of their control. Like, to me, that's crazy. Like, there's a way to deal with people, and like just screaming at them and being belligerent and rude and cussing them out and whatever, like, that's not going to help the situation. And honestly, I wouldn't do that anyway, because, like, then if you do get your food, like, who's to say they're not, like, spitting in your food and doing all kinds of crazy stuff? Like, no. So I was trying to be as level-headed and polite, but yet firm as I could be. And the manager even said, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm working with a bunch of kids. And I said, I get it, but, like, I can't. Like, I've been here for an hour for some fast food. Like, it was crazy. So yeah, I will never. And also, I had wanted a Grinch meal, not because it looks good, because once I saw what was in it, I actually decided not to get it. But then, and I had gotten the SpongeBob meal from Burger King earlier this week at work. It was really good, y'all. But now they've sold out of the pies, and that was like one of the best things in the meal. And so I was just like done with it. So they were sold out of the Grinch meal at like every McDonald's within like a 20-minute radius. So I ended up just getting a Big Mac meal, but I didn't actually get it, so there's also that. But I've seen like 1,000 people putting reviews up for it, but like, seriously, like, you didn't get any kind of special drink. There's no dessert. You get some freaking pickle sauce or pickle sprinkle salt that I can make myself, and you get a pair of freaking socks that I can buy at the Dollar Tree. And I'm not paying $15 for a Happy Meal, but I couldn't even if I wanted to, because they were sold out. But if you guys got one, let me know what you thought of it. Personally, I thought it was a waste of money. But I guess if you like super love the Grinch. Now, the only reason I was trying to get it after saying all that is because I wanted like the box and like the pickle salt and all that stuff, so I could junk journal with it. And that's 100% the truth. Because I usually either order a Big Mac, chicken nuggets, or a fish sandwich. And so I was like, it's something I would eat anyway. So like it's not that crazy. But like they didn't even have like the salt, like the french fries with the salt at the one I was at. There was one a little further down that did have the, I could get the pickle salt, but I was like, I'm not going to go all the way down there just for salt. And the Burger King meal, like, I have pictures of it. I didn't video it because I was eating it at work, but the bun was like kind of weird. Like I didn't love the bun. The drink was really good to me. It was like a frozen pineapple soda type thing. It was really good. And then the pie was amazing. But like the tots were like mid, and the burger bun I hated. So that was also a waste of money. Let's do it this way. But I mean, it was okay. I feel like I need something else on this. I have these stamps from the Sassy Club that have some words in them. I think I'm going to stamp some of these words just like kind of in between just for something, because I feel like it needs more. Let's see, let's do we got Believe, Merry Christmas, Peace and Joy, and then I think I'm not going to go in that one. I think I'm just going to go in this one. Just do this one, Believe, Merry Christmas, and Peace and Joy. And we'll just do this. And not the hot cocoa. And we'll just use my, what am I using? Walnut stain. I do have some green. I might do some of the Merry Christmas in green. That says Believe. Oh shoot, I just did it upside down. Yeah. I should go like that. I just did it upside down. Now I feel like I need to cover that. I just messed up. I'm going to put some more washi down right there because, wow. I did that upside down. It's hard to see. It's so tiny and I don't have my glasses on. Sorry, y'all. Hopefully this will cover that. Kind of hard to see, huh? Oh gosh. This doesn't even look like a B. Looks like a D. really weird. But it definitely says believe. So weird. Okay, we got, this is Merry Christmas, and I'm going to do this in green. Now that one looks right. I don't know why the believe looks so weird, but it does. We're gonna stamp that there. We'll do one more. I do also have blue ink over here, so I may do that as well. Let's put that Merry Christmas there. Okay. Merry Christmas goes there. And then we'll do the blue for peace and joy. Peace and joy. Peace and joy. And peace and joy. I'll do this one up there. Perfect. Okay. Now let's put this back on the glue. I just want to say, totally off topic, I totally appreciate everyone that has been participating or everyone that's going to try to participate. I know that December is a very busy time for everyone, so the fact that you guys are at least, you know, even trying, I so appreciate. You know, I can't even, have not even been able to do every single day, and it's my challenge, so please know that it is 100% okay if you cannot participate every day, and or, you know, if you just, you know, want to hop in and out. It's totally fine. Like, I'm not, you know, I just appreciate the fact that you're even participating at all. And so, you know, anything that you're able to do is totally fine with me. And I appreciate any participation. And while we're on the topic of this, I want to say that I have decided the prize for this challenge, and it's also going to be the same prize for shares in my December birthday challenge. So this is going to be a twofold prize. So again, this is day number 4, 5, and 6, which this was Gingerbread Dreams, this was Hot Cocoa Bar, and this was what did I say, Christmas Postage. So 4, 5, and 6. Y'all let me know which one of those is your favorite, and then we're gonna move on to the prize. Okay, so I got 2 of the, well, I actually got 3, but I'm keeping 1 of this Vicky Bouton Evergreen and Holly album set at Ollie's. It's the only thing I have found since I received my back pay. And I did not go to Ollie's while I was not getting paid because I didn't want to see something and not be able to buy it. But they had these. It says their price $32.99. I got these for $2.99, y'all. And they are really nice. I opened mine and I'm going to show it to you because, like I said, this is going to be the prize for this challenge. Everybody that participates in this hashtag Jen's December challenge is going to go in the drawing for one of these. And then everybody that shares in my December birthday challenge, my hashtag Sassy birthday challenge, is going to get or go into the drawing for one of these if you share. This is just for the sharing. This is not for you know, everybody that enters. This is separate. This is going to be the share prize. So it is so pretty, guys. It's green. If you don't like green, you might not even want it, but still. And if you don't want this, then I'll offer you a gift card or PayPal for, you know, the equivalent. So we'll just round it up to $3. If you don't want this, then you can have $3 PayPal or Venmo or Cash App. But it's this really pretty green. It's really nice, sturdy. The spine is pretty thick. It's about 3 inches wide. And then the back is the same. And then on the inside, and if you don't want to use this with what comes with it, you can totally use it for something else because it has these two really nice gold rings in here. And you're going to get all this that I'm about to show you. And again, this is mine, you guys. You're going to get one that has never been opened, brand new in the wrap. So you're going to get you're going to get all this. I didn't show all this stuff here. You're going to get 12-page protectors, and you're going to get 3 of each of these. You're going to get 8 double-sided pages that look like this. So it's showing 16, but this is the front, and then this is the back. They're very, very, very cool. Alright, so these are the double-sided pages. You get Happy Holidays, and on the back side is a calendar, and then on this is another calendar, so a December monthly. And then you're going to have on the agenda this December. You could totally scan these into your, you know, if you have a scanner, and print them and reuse them. This is holiday must-haves. I do that a lot with stuff that I get. I will, if I really love it, I'll scan it and I'll print it out and reuse it in other projects. This really cute clipboard page. Then you have this one here, and on the back side is a ledger, which is amazing. Then you have this really pretty poinsettia lined page, and then on this one it says comfort and joy. You could do pictures, you could do, you know, you can add pages. You have some pine trees, a gorgeous mason jar that says memories captured. This one says slow down and enjoy the simple things. Another like kind of junk journal-y type page. This one says 25, like December 25th. And then a ledger page on back. I did actually scan this into my scanner and printed it out and used it for a swap that I had for a pocket letter, and I think it turned out so cute. So you're going to get 3 of the full page protectors. And these are all about 8.5 by about 7, not quite. I'm rounding up a little bit, so you get 3 of those. You're going to get 3 of these 2 4x6 pages. You can put pictures in here. You can put recipe cards, you know, anything that's that size. You're going to get 3 of this, where you get 1 of the 4x6 and then 2 of the, what, 3 by, let's see, this is a 3.5 by 2. So a 2 by 3. I don't know, it's bigger than that. And then you're going to get 3 of the 4 pages. So I thought this was really, really cool. I did go back because I figured there'd still be some, and there was. Because when I picked up the first 2, there were still quite a few left. They actually still even had some, and I just picked this up on Friday. And I just thought it was a really great deal, because even if you don't use what's inside of it and you use it for something totally different, you can use that for, you know, another project, and you can fit so much in here. So, you know, you could even use it as like a planner, or you know, memory keeping for like the whole year. You could probably fit, I mean, look how wide that is, y'all. You can put a lot in there, and it's really nice. And if you don't like this, you could always cover it, but it does have, you know, the corners on it, and it's a really nice thick, it's really nice. It's a really, really nice, I mean, for $3, you can't beat it. So, again, if you go down into the description box and you're just finding this video, you'll get a, there's a download. You can go to my Ko-Fi shop and download for free this calendar, but it'll be blank. You'll have to write the prompts in yourself, but you can use this calendar for anything. You're also going to get a 2-page prompts list where you can, you know, have the prompts written out, because what I'm going to do after this is over is go back and fussy cut these out and put them on the back of my cards so that I know what the prompts were. There is also a thumbnail if you make YouTube videos. There's also a picture of the prompts in case you can't open PDFs. And I think that's it. But if you have any trouble, just email me, and I'll be happy to, you know, send it via email as well, because I want this to be as easy and stress-free as possible. And again, I did say that you could do altered index cards, tags, or ATCs, but honestly, you can do whatever you want. You know, if you want to do journal cards, if you want to do sketches, I know Angela from Angela Jones Creates is doing sketches. You can do whatever you want to, guys. This is just a suggestion. This is just to get the creative juices flowing. You can do anything within these prompts that speaks to you. Okay, so don't feel trapped in the prompts. You can really do whatever you want, and whatever speaks to you. Let me go ahead and check off the Christmas postage. So I will be back tomorrow for Snowy Forest Animals, which I put some prompts of like deer, fox, owls in the snow. And the reason I did that is because later on in the month we do have winter birds. But you can do owls here and then do a different, because I put cardinals, robins, chickadees with berries, you know, anything, you know, any of these are open to interpretation, okay, guys? It doesn't have to be one of these birds. These are just like the most common, but you can do anything that speaks to you. So like, don't make this harder than it has to be if you're thinking about participating, but like you're intimidated or you know, you think it's hard. It's really not. You know, you can interpret this any way you want to. Because like I said, you know, 20 people could pick Christmas postage, and none of us are going to do the same thing, guys. So, you know, everything is open to interpretation. But I appreciate you guys for participating. Again, as I'm seeing you guys come in and as I'm able to get to them, I am putting them into my playlist. So just go into my playlist and look for that hashtag Jen's December Challenge, and you will see it. You can also type that into YouTube search, and all the videos will come up if the person used that hashtag. And I can't wait to see what you guys do for the rest of the month. I really appreciate you guys. I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed month ahead. You know, remember the reason for the season, and, you know, just try to stay positive even if you're going through a hard time. And I will see you guys in the next one. Keep it sassy. Bye, y'all.